Hello and welcome along to another Where's My KitBag podcast featuring your favourite technician. It's of course me, James. Hello. Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm doing somewhat better after being off with the big Rona. Unfortunately, somebody gave it to me. How could you? So kind. But I'm back. I'm less ill than I was, which is always good. Still a bit nasal, but hey-oh. I'm sure it doesn't sound too bad through my microphone. So, without further ado, let's do a little bit of department news. So, department news this week, looking at our glorious newsletter with the great big panda from Turning Red, Disney Pixar's new film. We'll be talking about that because I've seen it in What Have I Been Watching a little bit later on. Otherwise, talking you around the newsletter this week. So, we have our YouTube feature of Wakazi. I think that's how you pronounce it. Terrible apologies if I pronounce that wrong. Where he is going through all of the type of color grading tools to obviously make your projects look the best they can. He uses a program called DaVinci Resolve, which is free, so you can download it and get that at home if you wanted to. So you can absolutely check that out if you like. Information evening or applicant evening, whatever it's called these days, is happening next Wednesday. So the form did close this Wednesday, but if you do still want to help out, you might be able to just get in touch with your respective curriculum manager. So Dan McGrath for film, Nicola Franklin for media, or Rachel Beasley if you do one of our CTEC courses. We might still be looking for volunteers, so make sure to give them a shout if you can help. There's, of course, the Spring Pod work experience is still accepting applications until the 30th of March next week. So if that's of interest to you, make sure you log in with the code and your college email and password before next week to make sure you get into that. Otherwise, there's a talk by UEA today at 2 p.m. So this podcast will come out about 10 in the morning. So you've got a little bit of time to get there before that. Otherwise, Creative Kickstart started on Wednesday with Steve's brother Ricky Kale chatting to you about graphic design and what hirers want to see. Today we had Ethan Frayne come in to talk about his award-winning video production company, one of our both of them former students of our department, weirdly. And then today we've got Evie Mizzen chatting about graphic design, and then next week we've got 5 different presentations going on throughout the week. So check out the newsletter to look at the times. There's also a sign-up sheet if any of those are of interest to you. Make sure you sign yourself up on the Google form on the newsletter. Make sure you click through just so we know what numbers to expect for each session. Otherwise, like I said, Turning Red, Disney Pixar's brand new animation, is our feature of the day. It's a glorious film. I will chat about that in What Have We Been Watching. However, first, of course, comes a little bit of Tunes of the Week. So, Tunes of the Week this week, of course, I've been listening to a lot of music, as per usual. So the first band is one called Holy Holy, and it is a song called True Lovers. It's a nice indie rocky, but with a bit of an electro twist in there. Excellent song, great guitar riff midway through. Big recommendation to give that a listen as well as... your second song, which is by Seven Lions, featuring about 4 other artists. Someone called Mivan, Shane 5, because obviously Shane 4 wasn't good enough, and Tove Lo. And it's a song called Strangers. It's kind of a housey trance vocal thing, and it just sounds so gorgeous. It's great. Really nice. Got a huge kind of dance hit in the middle of it as well. Really great upbeat track. If you like your kind of vocal house, vocal trance, you are going to love it. So that's Holy Holy and True Lovers, and Seven Lines and Strangers are our tracks of the week this week. Make sure you check out the Spotify Where's My KitBag playlist, so as you can listen to those songs and all the other ones we've got. Make sure obviously you follow, whatever it's called, the channel or whatever it is, so you can listen along when new songs get added. And without further ado, let's have a little bit of what have I been watching. So, what have I been watching this week? Well, quite a lot, because obviously I've been off. So I've had quite a lot of downtime to recover from the big Rona. So I've watched both series of The Mandalorian. If you are a Star Wars fan, absolute essential. I can't believe I've not seen it prior to now. Really, really good film. TV series, apologies. Highly recommend on Disney Plus. Turning Red, obviously I've seen again on the old Plus. I'm astounded at how well people animate fur. Like, the fur animations are insane. I just don't get how you can animate fur like that. I was astounded when Toy Story 4 came out with the kind of water animations at the start, and now they're doing fur. It's one of the best things I think I've ever seen in terms of animation quality. The story's really good, very wholesome, really focused on kind of family and friend dynamics, which is really nice. It's I believe it's set in Canada as well, so that's kind of a new thing for Pixar. I don't think I've ever had a sort of film set in Canada, as it were. So it's great. It's well worth a watch. If you like animation, you appreciate animating, 100%. Give it a whirl. So that's Turning Red. Still tracking on with Snowpiercer, obviously on Netflix. That's getting better and better over this current season. Series 3. I'm right. It feels like it's really going places. Characters are coming back that you thought weren't coming back, which is quite good at the moment. So it's all leading somewhere. The other podcast I spoke about, Ryan Reynolds' new film on Netflix called The Adam Project, his sort of time travel-y sci-fi action film. Very much a kind of popcorn action film. And if you like Ryan Reynolds, you kind of like Deadpool. You're almost kind of like calling it like Time Pool. Yeah, I'm going to call it Time Pool. Is the kind of thing. Not as crude and crass as Deadpool in any way whatsoever. It's much more family friendly than that. But it's a good film. It's good if you wanna have a nice popcorn action. And yeah, you can tune into Ryan Reynolds in Time Pool, the brand new film on Netflix. The other two things I've watched. One I've watched completely from beginning to end. The other one I've just started the other day. So it's a South Korean zombie TV show called All of Us Are Dead. So it's set in a South Korean high school, and this kind of zombie outbreak comes out where some students infected with this virus that one of the teachers has made. They escape, they bite someone, and obviously, chaos ensues from there, as, panic occurs. So it's basically following this group of students that kind of stay alive by hiding in classrooms and using their kind of knowledge of trying to stay alive from their parents, because one of their parents is like a firefighter or a survival person, and it's basically about them trying to survive for as long as possible, and then you're kind of seeing it from both in like kind of ground zero, as it were, and then obviously the kind of military force as well. If you like zombie films, zombie shows, zombie stuff, it's great. It's so up your alley. You're going to love it. If you're more of a fan of the kind of sort of more thriller aspect, you'll also really like it, and the kind of horror things, you'll really like it. Excellent character development throughout. You really do feel for some of the characters when certain things happen to them, whether positive or negative, and all round it's really, really, really good. I was pleasantly surprised how good it was. So that is All of Us Are Dead on Netflix. And the other one I just started, also a South Korean TV show called The Silent Sea. So it's all about a kind of like a space thriller. And it's basically all about this mission that's been sent to a base on the moon, because that's of course where everything is now. It's just on the moon, and it's about this group of astronauts who have been tasked with going to this moon base to recover some samples of something that no one quite knows what it is, and bring it back to Earth for some reason. So it's quite interesting seeing how it all gets put together. So it's good fun. I'm liking it so far. I think I'm like 3 episodes in. All the episodes are about an hour-ish long. So it's almost like a mini film, similar to All of Us Are Dead as well. All the films are about all the episodes are about an hour-ish long, so it feels like a new zombie film every time. But really, really good. Definitely recommended if you like kind of space stuff, sci-fi thrillers. Kind of reminds me a bit of Moon, but in TV show format. But yeah, really good. Strong character development again. You can really see the kind of connections developing and the kind of, breaks happening with everyone there. But really, really good. Highly recommended. So that's Silent Sea, All of Us Are Dead, Adam Project, Mandalorian, Turning Red, Snowpiercer. Whoa, I've been busy. Crikey. And hopefully you'll have enough time for another Where's My Kit Bag podcast next week. Hopefully we'll get good old Stevie Kell back on, so he can talk to you about his life away from the pod, because he's got other important people in his life now, which is quite interesting. Very surreal. Anywho, we'll be back for another Where's My Kit Bag podcast next week, hopefully, and we will catch you then. See you later.